don't care what you use if it works for you. That quote me on that. It might work for 1,000 people. If that works, baby, use it if it works for you. But here's the problem with internet advice. People see something working for somebody else and they assume that it should work for everybody. The way that hair loss is currently treated or marketed, especially for women over the age of 40, 50, 60 and up, is fundamentally broken. Why do I say that? It's because the entire conversation is being built around selling urgency instead of teaching women biology. And that's why women end up in the same cycle. I call this cycle buy, try, fail, repeat. What does that look like? You buy a product, you try it, you wait a few weeks, nothing changes, and then you repeat the same cycle with another product. Now, if that sounds familiar, you are not the problem. The system that you have been given is the problem. And today I want to explain a few things that I think is wrong with the way hair loss is being treated and why so many women end up frustrated, exhausted, and confused by it. Now, one of the main things, or the first thing, is hair loss is treated like an emergency. And I understand it can feel like one, right? But I'm talking specifically about the messaging. We see things like act fast, or guaranteed regrowth, or regrow your hair in 30 days, or don't wait before it's too late. Everything is framed like an emergency. But the reality is that hair biology does not operate in urgency. Your hair operates in a cycle. Within that cycle, you have three main phases. You have your growth phase, you have your rest phase, and you have your shedding phase. And these phases, or this cycle, can take months, not weeks. Okay, so when women are pushed into panic mode, they become reactive. And then all of this panic and reactivity leads to impulsive decisions. These impulsive decisions look like buying things quickly, trying things randomly, switching routines consistently. And that panic keeps the industry profitable, right? They're making their money. But the problem is it's keeping many of us confused, because with all this messaging, many times we're walking around with beliefs that simply are not true. One of the biggest around hair loss is this: if my hair is shedding, I must be going bald. Remember, as I stated before, shedding is part of your hair cycle, your hair growth cycle. It's a normal biological event. Your hair is constantly cycling. Normal shedding, to someone that doesn't understand that process, can actually look or feel like a catastrophe, right, in someone's mind. Another common belief is my hair just won't grow anymore. In many cases, your hair is always growing, okay? It has a cycle. Biology tells us this. But if you have breakage, that can erase length, okay? If you're dealing with thinning, then that reduces your density, the number of hairs that you have on your head. But that does not mean your hair is not growing. We have to separate growth from length retention. Many times we don't have a growth problem, we have a length retention problem. And that's the thing that we need to get to the bottom of, because we may not need a growth product. We may need something to help us deal with the breakage or the damage or the thinning. And then there's this idea that if you stimulate the scalp enough, your hair will grow. There's a lot of videos out there about scalp stimulation or massaging the scalp and all of those things. But if your scalp is already inflamed or irritated, aggressively massaging it or stimulating it is only going to lead to sabotage. Your inflamed tissue or inflamed scalp does not respond well to force. Now, the second thing that I see is wrong with the way hair loss is being treated is it's framed as a product problem. Let me explain. The industry wants you to believe that the problem is simple. You just got to find the right product. Okay. So what happens? Women start stacking products like ingredients in a recipe. You got one oil, you got two serums, you got a scalp spray, you got a growth cream, you got 3 supplements. And then before you realize it, you've spent hundreds or even thousands of dollars trying to solve a problem from the outside. Remember, the real issue is that sometimes the body is not addressed. Okay. So things like inflammation of the scalp, chronic tension from tight styles, hormonal shifts, stress overload, inconsistent nutrition is an internal thing. So no product externally can magically override that. Products can support your hair growth and support your hair health and support the system, but it cannot replace it. Now, the third thing that I see with the way hair loss is being treated is midlife biology gets ignored. This is the one that really burns me up. Most hair loss messaging is built for a completely different age group from what I see. An age group in a completely different life cycle. Many times it's built for postpartum women or women in their 20s, influencer audiences, women that already have long, beautiful hair, or women that already have healthy hair that's growing. But women that are navigating midlife are dealing with a completely different biological landscape. You have things like estrogen that starts to go down. Your growth cycle can start to go down as we get older. That does happen. And then circulation changes. Many times we also have 20 to 30 years of bad hair habits and styling history behind us. And those things have to be taken into consideration. If you've been someone that has done tight hairstyles for most of your life, you've done chemical processing for most of your life, you've had chronic tension on the hairline for most of your life, then we have to take that into consideration as well. But I don't see the industry addressing those phases directly. So women in midlife sometimes think that it's something wrong with them, when in reality, they're just navigating a different stage of biology and nobody is bothering to explain that fully. Now, the fourth thing that I see wrong with the way hair loss is being treated is hair is separated from the body. This is one thing that this is a point that I try to hit home frequently, that the hair is not separate from the body. Your hair does not exist in isolation, and it should not be treated as a cosmetic issue or just as a cosmetic thing that's just sitting on top of your head. Many times, shedding, if you're someone that deals with excessive shedding, that's connected to internal stress inside the body or internal stress signals inside the body many times. Things like chronic stress, hormonal shifts, inflammation, nutritional deficiencies, immune responses, all of those things. Because again, hair is part of a living system. But when the body is under pressure, hair is one of the first places that pressure shows up, or one of many places that pressure shows up in the body. But if we're only treating hair on the surface, then we miss the deeper signals that the body is sending. But the fifth thing that I think is wrong with the way hair loss is being treated is that women are told to do more when they often need to do less. Okay. Ironically, a lot of growth routines actually cause more damage because they're told to, again, massage the scalp aggressively, stimulate your follicles constantly, apply product after product, manipulate the hair repeatedly. But the truth is, more stimulation does not equal more growth. If, again, your scalp is inflamed, if there's issues, if it's irritated, if it's unstable, force in more products and more manipulation is only going to make it worse. So sometimes the smartest thing you can do for your hair and scalp is to just reduce some of the stuff you're doing to it. Now, with all that said, I want to be very, very clear about what I reject in the industry, because I can complain all day about what I think is wrong, but these are the things that I completely stand against. There are certain narratives in the hair industry that I simply do not participate in. I do not support the quick fix narrative, okay? Because I understand, and I want you to understand, that hair transformation takes time, especially the older you get and especially the more damage that has been done over the years. I do not support anything that says this will fix your hair fast. Okay. I do not support the product centered narrative. So if somebody is trying to say that a product is going to do all of these things in a quick amount of time, I don't believe it. Okay. Again, products support the system. They don't replace it. I do not support the one cause, one cure narrative, because hair loss is layered. If hair loss was linear and it was just one thing that you had to do and that would fix it, there would not be a hair loss industry making billions of dollars off of people that are dealing with hair loss. Okay. Remember that hair loss is layered. There's mechanical factors, there's hormonal factors, there's nutritional things, there's stress. We have to look at all of those systems. And any brand that's promising a single magic solution is oversimplifying something that's very complex. Okay. And I absolutely reject the shame narrative. Okay. This is one of my biggest pet peeves, because women are constantly made to feel like they ruin their own hair. I've had to say it many times. I see women in the comments, or would be in the comment section saying things like, quit wearing all them weaves. If y'all stop wearing all them weaves, your hair won't fall out. You wearing too many weaves. Quit wearing them weaves so much. The thing with that is, many of the women that I work with that have severe hair loss, they don't have an alternative. They have to wear something. A lot of these women have to go to work every day. They have to be out in public. They don't want to walk around with their bald patches or their missing edges showing. So that's very, very insensitive, okay, to just put every woman that's dealing with hair loss in a box to say that she needs to stop wearing weaves so her hair will fall out. Because again, hair loss is layered. Weave doesn't cause your hair to fall out. I teach this. If you take care of the hair underneath, you can have healthy, thriving hair underneath a weave or a wig or braids. Okay. The weave is not the problem. Many times there's other issues that are going on within the body, again, or even within some of the habits or some of the products that can cause hair loss. So if somebody gets in the comments shaming women about how they have to wear their hair to deal with their health issues or whatever it is, I got your back. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got you. Other things that I hear is like, you need to take better care of yourself. Look, ma'am, we know. We are aware. We want to fix it. We want to fix it. That kind of messaging creates guilt instead of clarity. And then women don't want to talk about it because they're made to feel guilty for how they have to navigate their hair loss, because society makes them feel shame for what they have to do to, again, deal with their hair loss. Guilt and shame does not solve biological problems. Now, switching gears just really quickly, I want to talk about a comment that I recently saw under one of my videos that said this, and I'll put it somewhere here and you can pause the video and read it, or go to my previous video and read it. It said women should stop using shampoo completely. They should only co-wash and just use hair butter if the scalp itches. And I'm paraphrasing. Now, here's the important part. I don't care what you use if it works for you. That quote me on that. I don't care what you use if it works for you. It might work for 1,000 people. If that works, baby, use it if it works for you. But here's the problem with internet advice. People see something working for somebody else and they assume that it should work for everybody. Hair doesn't work like that. Hair advice on the internet is always presented like a rule. You got to do it this way. If you're a black woman, you should be doing your hair like this. This is how we're supposed to do it. In reality, that's just one person's method, or that's just a method that works for a group of people, and that's perfectly fine. A method is not a law. Even the method that I teach, okay, it's not a law. I'm very clear on who it's for, who it should work for, who it won't work for, and when you need to seek professional help or, get medical advice. So instead of asking things like, what routine should I copy? You should be asking, what is my scalp doing? Is my issue dryness? Is it breakage? Is my hair shedding? Am I dealing with tension or inflammation? Like, what's going on in my scalp level? What's going on inside my body? There's a group of questions that you can ask yourself to kind of narrow down what could be causing your hair issues. Because again, your hair is not separate from your body. Once you understand the condition, then you can choose the method that works for you. I get very passionate about this because that's one thing that I cannot stand is people telling women that this is the way you're supposed to do it and this is the only way that's going to work. Okay? There is no other way around it. Do it this way. Before I go on, Let me introduce myself. If you're new to my channel or my content, my name is Kendra. I'm the founder of Hair Rehab. Hair Rehab is a 5-step system to help you understand, protect, and improve your hair health. Okay. I teach women how to transform their hair and heal their hair using holistic solutions. And my focus is things like scalp biology, hair cycles, inflammation, tension, moisture balance, and then of course, internal hair health connections. I don't show you how to, I don't tell you what product brands to use for specific hair. We're beyond that. Okay. I want to teach you how to understand your hair so you can go into anywhere and know what you need. And you can buy all of the products that you want to buy, but you know specifically what works for your hair based on your hair profile. Hair routines are like diets. Some people thrive on keto. I tried keto. I liked it. It worked for me. Okay. But I wanted carbs. So it didn't work long term. Okay. If I want to lose a quick 5 pounds, I know I can do keto. I'll lose a quick 5 pounds. Some people thrive on plant-based diets. I tried a plant-based diet. I like meat. That didn't work for me. Okay. Some people can eat everything and stay healthy. I definitely can't do that. That don't work for me. All right. But imagine if somebody said, everybody must eat exactly like this or it won't work. That's how a lot of hair advice sounds online. We're telling people to do it one way, and this one way will work for everybody. And that I cannot buy into. The goal is not for you to find the perfect routine. The goal is to develop the thinking skills to adjust your routine when your hair changes. Your hair is always going to change. Every time you enter a new stage of life, something about your hair is going to change. I don't have the same hair that I had when I was in high school. I don't have the same hair when I was pregnant with my children. Your hair is always changing. You just need to know what to look for so you know how to adjust your routine, how to adjust your products, when to leave it alone, okay? When to do a protective style, when to let your hair breathe, all of those things. It's really not that hard, okay? So if you want to understand my philosophy about hair transformation, it's actually very simple. Hair loss is information. Your hair is always speaking. Your hair is a messenger and it always whispers before it screams. Okay. It's always giving you clues about the health of your body. Okay. So I want you to understand how your hair actually works so you can stop chasing miracles. Now, I'm done. I think I'm done. If you've been stuck in the same product chasing cycle, the buy, try, fail, repeat, I want you to pause for a second. And instead of saying, what product should I buy next? I want you to ask a little bit of a different question. What is my hair actually trying to tell me? And that's the work I focus on here. Okay. Hair routines are tools, not religions. Hair routines are tools, not religions. Use what works for your hair. Keyword, your hair. And understand why it works for your hair. Okay. So you're not thrown off every time the internet finds a new trend. Now, a very important thing that you should know if you don't know anything else about your hair is your hair profile. Okay. There's 4 key factors that you should know about your hair in order to buy products like shampoos, conditioners, moisturizers, how to know how to moisturize your hair. All of those things is really simple. 4 things that you need to know, and that will definitely help you to at least get started in knowing what to buy. Because I get that question a lot. What shampoo should I use? What conditioner should I use? What styling product should I use? Those are great questions. But the bigger question is, what do you know about your hair? Okay. You know your hair better than anybody else. So I want you to understand it and get to know it so that, again, you know what to buy. Thank you for being here. Let me know in the comments if any of this information was helpful. If you're not subscribed, be sure to do so. Please also like the video. And as always, you deserve hair that's healthy and growing. It's my mission to help you get there. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.